Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. We're going to go through a couple charts today and look at the overall markets, and we're going to look on the daily, weekly, monthly time frames, and we're going to start with the SPY. So this is the one we follow pretty much for the markets, as well as the IWM, the Qs, and a couple other ones as well. But the SPY, this is what you really have to watch and read and learn how this thing reacts and just how it breathes. You know, the markets are a beast, and you just have to learn how to read these charts and keep emotion out. But anyways, let's get into the TA on this. On the daily SPY, right now, bullish pattern. I'd love to have a little bit of a reg, but we don't, so we're going to take what we got. Coming back into the 20 MA, it's holding it up. Let's see if we could get below it or stay above it, and then the next couple days should be very pivotal for these markets. If this bullish pattern starts to break down, we're probably going to go quickly moving down. I don't know where we can go, but we'll address that issue if it does fall. Right now we're in a bullish stance, so we're possibly looking at breaching the 217.65. I want to get above that first and confirm, and then I think we could get to about 223, maybe 225. Weekly, about the same. We're looking at this close on Friday. If we could close down in this area, then I'm going to say we're a little bit starting to get a little bit bearish, but you know, this is still a bullish pattern. Let's see if we consolidate or if we come back down and then possibly set up an inside bar bearish pattern. So only time will tell. That's why each day gives us a new piece of the puzzle. And the monthly chart, you know, we broke out above the all-time high. Let's see if we reverse, come back in, or we start to move up. Like I said, let's get above 220. Then we'll reevaluate. I'm looking at 223 to 225, and then we'll go from there and wait for pattern on the smaller time frame. So right now, slightly bullish above the MAs. Let's see where we end up at the end of the week. Qs, same thing. But this pattern, there's really nothing there. It's just kind of a float along with the markets, and this one kind of leading. So this one's kind of bizarre. But we came into the all-time highs. You can see it on the weekly a little bit better. Pulled back, didn't close above it, at least on the weekly. So we're going to see what we close on Friday. And then the daily chart, it's just kind of a float. We had a fake print the other day, so we have this little bit of a tail. But I'm going to watch the 118.80 area. If we could get above that and move to 220, then we could possibly move a little higher on this. But that's going to be the bellwether. So if you want to short this thing here, you can. Just use that as a stop out with confirmation, or even go above 220, 221, the even number, and make it a little more interesting. Just take the right share size to give yourself, you know, a 4 or 5% loss, or go half size to give you, a bigger stop loss or what have you. But again, we're above the moving averages, slightly bullish, a little bit stretched, so I would expect a little bit of a pullback on this. Weekly, same thing, topping tail, need to close above the all-time highs to continue higher. Monthly, same thing. I want to see it close above the all-time highs, and let's see if this thing can continue with some momentum. If not, I think we'll start to break down and start to move lower. We're looking to get underneath these moving averages and then this pivot, and then I think we'll come down here and get fill this gap eventually. Get this out of there. Yeah, just got a little bit of scribble on there. Let's go into the IWM. Same thing, bullish patterns, try to break out. You know, that was a weak breakout. Had a little bit of volume down in here, so that was good, but never could really go. So the bears and the bulls were fighting here, and then today, boom. But everything's coming into the 20 AMA, which is support. Looking to stay above this possibly move higher. We're looking at the 52-week high of 123.53. And then if we can get above that, I think we can go to gap fill. I think that's right around 127 or so. And then ultimately, let's see here, about 127.59. Then this top here at 126.79. You have these pivots here at 123.45. But right now with this little reversal today, let's see if we get momentum to the downside, or if this thing starts to bounce up tomorrow and starts to head higher. We still have light volume, so anything's possible. Let's look at the IYT. These are the transports. Again, just weak. Man, and this actually wasn't a bad bullish pattern. Little bit of an inside bar here, kind of breaking down, and today it just broke down. If we close below here on a daily basis tomorrow, oh man, this can get ugly. This is one that should be leading as well. Stocks are SPYs at the high, Qs at the high, the Dow's at the high. IWM isn't, and the IYT isn't. Not good, in my opinion. We close below this inside bar. They need to get it above the 138.24 area, and then the 50 MA, which is a little bit higher. 50 MAs at 138.53. They need to get it above there by the weekly close. If it closes down in here, I think we see more selling. But let's take it a day by day and see what happens. Again, a little bit bullish on the monthly, but overall it's an inside bar, bearish pattern below the 50 MA, curling down on price. Possibly send it down to 130.80. If it keeps going, it's going to 119. Then I think 107. That's the IYT. This thing's going to get smashed. We can't even get, this thing should be leading right now. Let's go to the USO. We all know everyone was getting bullish on oil, but you know what? Here at StockBookie, we short this thing right at the 50 MA and this gap fill. I called it to the penny pretty much. So never made it above that area. The trade's on Twitter. Boom. Starts to fall. I think we covered half here. Then we covered the rest of it. Yeah, we covered it right here. Right around 1063 or 1067. Still mad about this one. But anyways, now we're looking for a bounce. So we're looking at right around $9, 885. And if this thing keeps going, it's going to 823, 765. Then ultimately, I'm giving it out here. I think it could go to 646. Write that one down. 646. If that thing cracks double bottom, that's where it's going. You're going to look at 7. Then you could look at 650. Then right in that area, 646. And if it gets down there, maybe $6. But 646 is the area for the long. So, but man, what a nice breakdown. Gosh, I love that. Because everyone's bullish. Oh, this thing's about to break out. And then boom, you know. And then looking at the leaders. We're going to go quickly through these. ExxonMobil. Again, everything's at all-time highs. This thing's breaking down. Not good. Apple. Nice reversal. Engulfing. Almost engulfed the whole candle. If this thing reverses down, you look out. Weekly. Hit the 50 MA. Nice topping tail. If this thing closes below 103, 102, we got a topping tail in. This thing's coming in. So look out for Apple, you longs, and tighten up those stops. If that thing fails, this fails down here and gets below the 200 MA, you better look out. You know, we could get this fib out here now. We'll reevaluate stuff tomorrow too. And JPM, another leader. You know, another one. Why isn't this thing leading? It's making higher lows. Just going stepping down. Nobody's talking about that. A little bit of a bullish pattern, but you have a trend line here, so let's see if we can get above that. If it does, then you have more resistance with a gap fill up at 66.04, and then we'll go from there. But daily, check this out. This is crazy. So you get these massive moves up. I mean, this stock goes from 57 to 64. I mean, come on. Pulls back, inside bar, bearish pattern. Let's see if this thing breaks down. You know, and this is patterns I look for, okay? Light volume, consolidation, trying to get up here. We're at the 750 retrace. And it's trying, you know, we have this gap fill right here, never got above it and closed, boom. Check this out though. So see this, move up, down, inside bar, gonna collapse. Everyone's bullish on JPM, not me. JPM's gonna start breaking down. Just like here, just like everyone was bullish on Tesla. I'll show you another, remember that. Move up, look, move up, pull back, inside bar, collapse. Let's go to JPM. Move up, down, inside bar, collapse. You got the 20 MA holding it. Since it's above all the MAs, it's bullish. But you got to read these patterns. This thing breaks below here, it's going to be lights out. So anyways, it's still bullish with a micro bear. That's how I see it. All right, what else here? Facebook, you know, that's another leader. Great earnings. Great earnings. What happened with Facebook? Gap and crap. Boom. Now it's starting to follow through. If we get another close and we're coming right to the 20 MA. This thing's breaking down. I'm waiting for pattern. If we get a straight up bounce, then we'll have to wait for pattern on the other side. But right now I'm maybe a little more down, and then maybe I'd like to see a bearish wedge and then some more downside, a little consolidation, and the next move down. Amazon, Google, they're at the highs. Google's trying. Amazon pulled back a little bit. Still bearish on those. You know, come on. Great earnings. Come on. Keep going. Then the last one we'll look at is McDonald's. Another leader. Why isn't this thing leading? Had bad earnings. You know, another one that just kept going and going and going, stretched on the monthly 20 MA. It's coming in. Eventually it's coming back home. And here it comes. When everyone was laughing at me, 130, 131, you got to short it. You got to short it. Man, there it goes. Stock twits. Everyone was ripping me because I was shorting this thing at 130, 125, 127. Man, nice pullback. And it did it twice. And then it retraced and then came right back in. We sold down here. When it got back up here, we bought more. Go to Twitter. It's all there. came right back in, and boom, this thing's going down to 108. And $100. I kept telling everyone $100. So we'll see. We'll see. I've been telling that for months since back here at the highs. $100. You're going to see it. Here we go. So anyways, guys, hey, thanks for watching. I love this stuff. It's all technical analysis. I don't watch CNBC only for futures after hours, right when I go to bed, just to kind of take a look on what's going on, because every day is different in the morning. Again, this is John at StockBookie.com. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Hopefully somebody learned something. If you have any questions or comments, send it at StockBookie@gmail.com, and I'll try to answer them in a timely manner, for I do get a lot of emails. Thanks, guys, for watching. God bless. See you on the charts.